Welcome to Career Growth Made Easy podcast. You're listening to Craig Ancel. I'm your host. And episode 16, What's Your Why? I just attended Podfest Multimedia Expo 2020. It was a great surprise to me because I was a gift ticket recipient from my podcast host, Buzzsprout. They support players like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, to name a few. And also, they have a Buzzsprout website that can play if you don't have any of those players, as well as on my website, I use their tool so that you can play if you don't have any of the current players. The show was incredible with 4 days of high energy, value-packed networking, and learning opportunities. Podcasting was awesome. There were so many ideas on religion, food, health, education, cooking, coaching. But back to cooking, one of my favorites. There was barbecue, there was meat smoking. Then there were beer brewing, all kinds of podcasts. Even gaming. I know my son Nicholas would love that. No matter what, each one of them had a passion. Somebody that I met there, one of the speakers, was Casey Wayland. He's from California, a writer, a director, and audio producer. I'll put a link to him as well as to Buzzsprout and Podfest 2020 in the show notes. He's known for Bronzeville, which is an audio theater series, and it stars such actors as Lawrence Fishburne and Lorenz Tate. I was very fortunate to be able to break away with Casey for close to 30 minutes and have one-on-one conversations with him because there was light attendance in one of the meeting rooms and we had a breakout session for various people. Thanks again, Casey. I truly appreciated your time, your wisdom, and our discussions. As to local Central Florida businesses, there's Kimberly Design Love. She helps business people design a life they love by harnessing the tools and the power of the internet so that they can work less and enjoy their life more. Then there was James Early's podcast, The Bible Speaks to You. Discover the healing power of God in your life. If I break down the schedule, it started out Thursday night with bowling at Splitzville in the Disney area. This was where I spent 2 hours getting to know James Early, which I mentioned earlier. We had detailed, passionate discussions on a variety of topics, and yes, some of them were about the Bible. I wanted to insert a special note that the bowling was not part of Podfest and it was specifically for Buzzsprout guests. I really want to thank Buzzsprout for putting on such a special party and great networking event. Fast forwarding to the weekend, there was Joon S. Han. He's a business strategist expert. He would be a passionate speaker and master storyteller. He really caught our attention in some of the training rooms by just giving us his background story and how he arrived at where he is today, his success in life and business. As we got towards the closing day Sunday, there was still something that I was looking for that I hadn't found yet, and I ended up running into someone that probably is going to be giving me a hand with my website and my business, and she's Kimberly Design Love. I mentioned her name earlier. There were many other fine hosts, trainers, guest speakers, and Podfest attendees, and there were numerous breakout sessions. Towards the closing ceremony, we had a special guest speaker that was exclusive to Podfest 2020. He was from Hollywood, a Hollywood producer, Brant Pinvidic. Looks like he's been involved in 300 plus TV shows and movies. You've probably known some of these, such as The Biggest Loser, MasterChef, Bar Rescue, and Extreme Makeover. What a lineup, and that's just a couple of them, right? With all that said, what does every person or business have in common? Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Passion. Where does that passion come from? It comes from their why. So I ask you today, right here and now, what's your why? Whether you're looking for your first job, out of work looking for your next, working part-time or full-time, maybe even you're a business owner listening in. None of the Career Growth Made Easy tips and techniques that we've shared and will continue to share will work for you for an extended period of time unless you find something. Sure, they might work for a short period of time. They might temporarily get you unstuck from where you're at, maybe even provide just a temporary boost in your job performance. But to truly embrace Career Growth Made Easy and the Career Growth Made Easy journey, you need to know, in fact, you must know your why. I would love to hear about your why. Maybe I might pick your why and share it on a future episode. You can get to us through email, info@craigancel.com, or visit our website, craigancel.com, and click the contact page. For spelling, it's CRAIGANCEL. Guys, I'm super excited about having attended the Podfest 2020 because there were so many techniques and tips that I've learned, along with some new information on equipment that I might be purchasing to boost the podcast experience each and every one of you feel so that we can be better for 2020 and beyond and stay current with technology. I look forward to hearing from you guys on what your why is. If you haven't sent an email or contacted us in the past, this is your chance. I'd really like to offer you the opportunity to be mentioned on a future podcast episode, regardless of where you're listening from in the world. Find your why, share it with me, Craig Ancel, at Career Growth Made Easy, and maybe we'll share it with the world. Wishing you peace and success in this year. God bless, and most importantly, don't forget, we turn problems into potential and issues into opportunities. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to our channel. New episodes every Monday. In the meantime, why don't you follow us on social media at Craig Ancel on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. To book a coaching appointment, download our free guides, or join our email list, check out the links in the description below.